So here's what I like to really talk about in all of my pitching and chipping lessons is I define it as my spectrum, okay? The spectrum is what can we do at address to change the ball flight and spin rate of a club. Essentially, if you can change the trajectory of a golf ball, you can affect the spin or change the spin however you see fit, okay? So that's one thing that I really try to stress to my competitive players, or what are things we can do to make us better chippers and better, let's say, masters of our ball flight. So within my spectrum, we have maybe 3 to 4 parameters that I really look for. One would be the width of our stance. So the wider we get, the more shallow we're going to be, the higher the shot we're going to have. The more narrow we get, the steeper we're going to be, and then the lower the shot we're going to have, and the steeper that angle of attack is, essentially the lower we're going to have it. So the spectrum starts out by one rule, okay? The main rule is the butt end of this club is always going to be right at my belly button, no matter what. So for the lowest possible shot I'm going to hit, I'm always going to have, no matter how far this ball gets back in my stance, it's always going to be pointed right at my belly button here. And no matter how high I'm going to hit the shot, I'm going to always have this butt end of the club right at my belly button, okay? Now, so first rule, where is the butt end of the club in my belly button? Second rule is how wide is my stance. Once again, we would never hit a low shot with a really wide stance, and we never hit a high shot with a really narrow stance, okay? It's just a really poor way to manage low point. So for our low shots, I'm going to get my feet very close together here. I'm going to get the ball way back in my stance, and those would be the last 2 pieces of the spectrum, were ball position and then how close am I to the ball versus further away. The closer we are, the steeper the angle of attack. The further we are, the shallower it's going to be. So I'm going to hit a few low ones here for you to start at the lowest end of the spectrum. So the ball is well back in my stance here. I have the butt end of the club facing my belly button, and I am quite close to this ball. Another piece I like to add is choking up on it quite a bit, but this ball is going to come out with a little bit of that draw spin. And as you can see, this is a 60 degree and it rolled all the way out to my target. I will hit that one more time. Got to stay under the hood first. So ball is well back in my stance, weight is way forward. And as you can see, that ball has quite a bit of rollout, almost a hook spin. One of my old instructors taught this to me, Josh Gregory, absolute wonderful instructor at pitching and chipping. He always said he likes to see low draws. I would agree. Anytime I'm trying to hit a low chip like that, I'm feeling low draw. And as you can notice, I had that ball well back, but I didn't take those huge divots. Okay, so let's go to the polar opposite end of the spectrum from the low ball now. We're at the high ball, more of your flop shot. So I'm going to go from this setup here, lowest end of the spectrum again, to the highest end of the spectrum. So notice how I got quite a bit further away from the ball. Butt end of the club is still at my belly button. And where's the ball position? Lowest end of the spectrum was way in the back, now we're way in the front, and same thing. I'm not changing any of the action here. I'm only just going to swing accordingly. Once again, very nice high shot, no turf dug out, just barely gave the grass a haircut. And then let's call it our stock shot here. I would say our stock shot's going to be maybe off the inside of the back foot, belly button still getting looked at by the butt end of the club. Stock shot. A little bit more spin, a little bit more action on that, but still has a little bit of that rollout.